increasing that person's blood pressure, and the brain injury does not heal. You probably get worse and that person will die. It has happened.
Hello, I'm live. I think I'm live now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. So today we'll be having question and answers. So if you have any question, please feel free to drop it. That is if you have watched the 2 videos that I dropped this week. Yeah. Let's have it. Let's have your questions, everyone. Just gonna see the live as well on my phone. So hello. See, the problem with this going on my phone or my laptop is I can't see the questions. So I have to just 1 minute. Okay, welcome everybody. Hi, welcome everybody. Hi, oh, yeah. Hello. Yeah, so let's just give some people some time. So, but if you have any question you'd like to ask me, just drop it, and I'll be responding to everyone's questions. So I dropped 2 videos actually last week, and it was about how to move to New Zealand and with or without experience, or if you have any other skills other than caregiving and you would want to go into through that route as well, that is also possible. So if you have not seen that video, I dropped it, just 2 videos, moving to New Zealand as a caregiver with or without experience. And the second video was beyond caregiving, what are other, diverse opportunities you can find in New Zealand. Diverse job opportunities you can find in New Zealand. So if you have not seen the video, please watch it. And if you have seen it and you want to ask me any question, feel free to drop it. Okay. Okay. Let's see how everyone is feeling. Please let me know where you're watching me from. And let's give some time for people to join as well. Let's give it some time. Your connection is unstable. Why is it unstable? Let me connect to my phone. Let's see how. Okay. Odun, Mr. Oduniyi Benga. Yeah. So if you're still there and you have any question you'd like to ask me, just drop it, okay? And I'll be answering all the questions before we move into today's topic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please drop your questions, everyone, so that we know and I can give answers to everything. So, like I said, today, if you have seen the 2 videos I dropped this week, yeah, and you have any question you would like to ask me, so I dropped 2 videos, and the 2 videos are moving to New Zealand as a caregiver with or without experience, and the second video is beyond caregiving. What are the other job opportunities you can find on the green list? So those are the 2 questions. Let me see your question. Talking about the NZ employer, they are not looking at foreigners, looking at foreign employees. What is your position on that? Well, I wouldn't say that's true. So most of the well, it depends on the employer anyway. Like I said, if you're randomly applying for jobs and you are applying to an employer that is not accredited, of course they're not going to take you. So your focus should be applying to only accredited employers. So if you're not doing that, I'm afraid you're not going to get a response because they do not have the license to bring you over if they are not accredited employers. Does that answer your question? So what you need to do is go to immigration website and check the updated list, okay? Updated list of accredited employers on a particular in either sector you're looking for work. Check their updated list, accredited employers, and you can anytime you apply for jobs, you go to their platform, go to their website, and apply for jobs when they advertise their role. Yeah, they have. Okay, so it depends. So if they are accredited employers and you applied to them, so did you get any response? How did you know they? Well, it depends. Care, caregiving. Okay, so if you applied to them and you didn't get any other response, it's just like every other jobs. Okay, so it's just like every other jobs. So when you apply for a job and you're not getting a response, it's either you're not doing something correctly or maybe they I don't know, something could happen. But if you hear from them and eventually they did not take you on, they will give you a reason why they didn't take you on. But then it's just like every other job, still have advertise one particular role and thousands of people will put in an application. And what they do is there's a CV screener that will just screen the old CVs, and if your CV does not have what they are looking for or the keyword they are looking, the target keyword, they're going to screen you out. I said that during my last live, that if you're applying for a job, make sure to understand the job role, make sure you understand what they advertise, and put those keywords on your CV. If you don't know how to do a CV, a New Zealand standard CV template, please go and watch one of my videos. I did that, one of my videos on how to, create your CV New Zealand standard, because and also you must be able to put in those keywords as part of your experience. When you're generating your CV, make sure you use those keywords, and also you have a cover letter to tell them who you are and why you're applying for that jobs and what you're ready to do. You have to give that information to them. I you're welcome, Judith. And you have to give them that info, let them know why they should you know give you a chance. So all these things are very, very important. Just like every other person, they will have a lot of CVs, they will have a lot of people applying for the same role as you have. So the best man will get the job. So you want to be the best man by making sure that you have all that information on your CV, because they're not going to see you, they're not going to talk to you until your CV is convincing that you're the right match. And that's when they would shortlist you. And when they do shortlist you, they will have a chat with you, like an interview. But before you get that interview stage, you have to do, you have to present yourself. And how you present yourself is through your CV and your cover letter. Yeah. So if you apply to one of them and they're not responding, keep applying. Yeah, it's just like every other jobs in every country. When you apply for jobs, because there are a lot of people applying for that same jobs, you may not get any response. So you keep applying. So what you need to do is get an Excel sheet. I keep telling people, get an Excel sheet, write all the all the employers that you have applied to, put them down just in case they get back to you again in the future. Put them down, and keep applying. So your minimum target every day should be like 10 jobs if you're really keen to move overseas, and not just New Zealand. And when you're applying, if it is you're applying to New Zealand, make sure you're not targeting a particular city like Auckland, Wellington. You can apply to regional. If they advertise, apply there, because most of them do take people on, even regional. Yeah, because Auckland is crowded. So you want to, go to regional, and maybe from there you can then move to Auckland. But at least get a foot in. That is the whole idea. Yeah, that is the whole idea. So that is the idea of, moving in, apply to any city. And if you and that applies to you applying to other countries as well. Okay, so put make sure you have those keywords on your CV. You don't know how to generate New Zealand CV template, please watch the video. It's on my page. I have the videos, and if you don't have it, please let me know in the comments so that I can send it to you at the end of this live. Yeah. Yes. So um so most of the people here in New Zealand got a job. They got a job. So there are different ways, like I said, different ways to get through to come over to New Zealand. Either applying as a visitors, you're getting a visitor's visa, or you're getting a work visa, or you're getting a student visa. Okay, so visitor's visa means you're coming in, just want to spend few months in New Zealand. Okay, and most people also, while on visitor visa, they can put in applications, and if they are lucky to get an accredited employer, they would get convert their visitors visa to work visa. It happens. People have done that a lot. That yes, but then they have to get an accredited employer to convert their visitors visa to a work visa. Also, people come through student. So you can come through student visa, and when you have your partner moving with you, like your partner, your family, maybe your husband or your wife, you move to New Zealand with them. They would also, your partner, your husband or your wife would be on a work visa. While you are on a visitor's visa, it depends on what kind of study and how many years your program is for. And when they have work visa, they can apply to an accredited employer, get a job, and start processing their residency. Yeah, you can start processing your residency from there. If your partner do get a work visa and apply for a job and get a job through the accredited employer, you can start your residency process through that route. Okay, and a lot of ways, like I said, visitors, work visa, student visa, and some do come through marriage. So it depends. So, but for the purpose of this live stream, we are talking about the work visa route and how to move to New Zealand through the accredited employer, sponsorship. Yeah, if you have any question, please drop it. From my last video, when I talked my last video, beyond caregiving, what other jobs? They have a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities. So if you have experience in caregiving, that is amazing, fantastic. Like I said, good. But then you want to see other skills that you have. Other skills that you have, is it administration? Do you have any IT skills, construction, driving? Wow, that is hot cake in New Zealand. So there are diverse opportunity, a lot of opportunities, and you should watch that video to get more information on what I discussed, how you can apply for other jobs, how you can get other opportunity through um you know how you can get other opportunities, not just caregiving. So if you have caregiving, that is fantastic. I said that before. So check other skills that you have. Maybe you've got a degree in something, you can explore that as well, so that you can, you have more opportunities. You don't just put your eggs in one basket. Yeah. Don't just put your eggs in one basket. And if you are currently in maybe UK or any other country like that, and you are willing to move over, you currently have experience in caregiving, and you're willing to move over, you can also if you have any certificates, yeah, fantastic, put that on your CV, keep announcing it, keep applying, and definitely your chance will come. I am a chartered accountant planning to come as a visitor. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So before arriving, you want to start applying for those jobs, and if you are lucky, you let them know, oh, you'll be in New Zealand this particular day or this particular time, and you would like to meet them. You might be lucky, they ask you to come over to their office and you have the interview there face to face, or you can even have it, it depends. But that's a good plan anyway. If that's what you want to do, that's really great. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, people come through different routes. It depends on which one is suitable for you, and you should exploit. You exploit. Yeah. So apart from caregiving, a lot of jobs, a lot of jobs, a lot of jobs, a lot of jobs available. So please watch the video and let me know if you have any question. Then we can talk about it. So seems like we don't have a lot of people today, so I will not. Um, yeah, but then I'm just gonna put this out there. If you would like to join my live, the time is um New Zealand time is 7 a.m. and UK time, I think the time for UK has changed, and that is 6 p.m. I guess that's the issue why the UK people are not joining. 6 p.m. and Nigeria is still the same time as 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. Yeah. So thank you guys for your love. Thank you for your birthday wishes. I really appreciate them. Thank you. And so I would just have to, let's see how far we can go with the questions, right? Mm. So people ask me, they have, but then let's see. So let's see by next week. the same time, please join again. Now, next week, I will be discussing family and visa pathway. So, family and visa pathway, I will be discussing how to bring your family to New Zealand on an accredited employer work visa. That means you want to bring your partner, I mean your wife or your husband, and your children. So on how to go through the process, how to apply for work rights for your partner, and your kids will also have student visas, and how to go about it. And we'll be talking about that. And the following one, we'll talk about, life in New Zealand, the cost of living, the cost of living. I think that's one thing you should know and plan towards before you make that move to New Zealand. It's very, very important. No one will tell you this, but I'm giving you for free. Anyway, that will be it. Let me see. Any question? Is it possible? Um, and how many months can I stay? Can I get unskilled before skilled? Hmm. Well, it depends. So when you put an application for a visitor's visa, you're giving a reason why you are coming over, right? I don't know what that reason is, but whatever that reason is, that is what your number of stay would depend on. So immigration will process it depending on what you have put in while you're coming for a visit. But usually they give about 3 months. Some do get 6 months, depending on your reason, like I said. But when you get a visitor's visa and you move in legally, depending on what your conditions are. But what I understand with student visitors visa is that you cannot work with a visitor's visa. But then that does not mean that you cannot apply for jobs. You can apply for jobs, you can go for interviews, and if you get the job and your prospective employer knows that you are on visitor's visa, then they can, issue you, or they can propose to you a work visa by giving you an offer letter. Then you can go back to New Zealand, to immigration, and with the offer letter, then apply for work visa. Does that answer your question? But then with working with, doing other jobs while on a visitor's visa, I wouldn't say anything about that one. Okay. But you're not legally allowed to work on a visitor's visa. But then, like I said, your visa conditions, I wouldn't know what it's gonna tell you. It might say you can, it might tell you not to, but just go with what your visa condition is. Can someone relocate to New Zealand as a farmer without degree on a vis, as a farmer? What is the specific? What exactly is your skill? What exactly would you be doing? Well, that is very important too, because if they're offering you a job, they're not just offering you a job as a farmer. What is your skill? What are you going to do for them? Without a degree, of course, it's experience that matters. So your experience that matters. You don't have to have a degree. So far, you are able to communicate fluently, and you understand the job, and you can demonstrate how you are able to do the job. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, but then you should be able to tell what exactly you're doing as a farmer. Does that make sense? What will you be doing as a farmer? So, because if you're applying for a job, if you go to, online and want to apply for a job, definitely you're not going to see a farmer on there. It's going to have a job title. So, what are you doing as a farmer? That is what you should be looking out for. Does that answer your question? Yeah. So, guys, we'll be having an interesting topic next week as well. So, please do well to join same time. And if you still have any questions, please drop them. Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm applying for several farmer jobs online, so I'm asking just to know if I'm not wasting my time. Yeah. Absolutely. You can go ahead and apply. There's no waste of time. There's no waste of time. But then I was just asking what specific role you are applying for. But then if you already know the role, that's absolutely fine. You can keep applying, but make sure that you're applying to accredited employers, those who have the license to bring you over. If you don't have the updated list of the accredited employer, please go to immigration website and you will see them on there, the updated list, and you can apply to them directly or you apply to them through the job site. Yep. So when you apply for jobs, there is nothing like waste of time because you don't know when you would have the luck and which employer would call you, invite you for interview. So definitely, I won't say it's a waste of time. Just keep putting it. Just make sure that you're going through the right route by applying only on the accredited employer list, the employers who have the authority or the license to bring you over. Okay, so yeah, Royal Majesty, no, Royal Majesty. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, thank you too. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. It seems like we have answered all the questions up to date. So if you have any more questions, please drop it before we call it a wrap on today's live. So we'll be having the same live again next week, and we will be talking about how to move to New Zealand with your family on an accredited employer. So what would your spouse have? Like what kind of visa would they have, and your kids what kind of visa? And also the living cost, because you have to put that into consideration when you move or before you move to New Zealand. Yes, you have to put that into consideration before you move. And you want to also know if you'll be moving by yourself and your family will join you later on, or you want to move together with your family, because that's also a decision that you have to make. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for joining me today. We don't have much people, but then I do appreciate and you all that have joined my live today. Hopefully next week we'll have more people join and I will be able to answer more questions and give more clarification. Give more clarification on how to move, how to relocate to New Zealand, either by work visa, visitors visa, uh, um, work visa on an accredited employer. Like I said, that is the focus, on an accredited employer. So explore, don't just look at caregiving, explore other opportunities. If you have other skills, please use them wisely and keep applying for jobs. Okay, I have another question again. Is it necessary to be accredited before get? Of course, yes. If they are not, are you talking about? Okay, let me read your question again. Is it necessary to be accredited before getting an accounting job? So when I talk about accredited, what do you when you talk about accredited, what exactly do you mean? Are you talking about the accredited employer? Please, I need to understand, because I don't want to assume. I don't want to assume what you have written down. I want to understand your question. Please, I need to understand. When you say, is it necessary to be accredited? Accredited what? To be getting the account before get accredited? I don't understand your question, sorry. And I don't want to give you Good, good. Okay, as accountant, professional body. Okay, so as an accountant, what makes you an accountant? Even in maybe your country, if you are from Nigeria, as an accountant, depends on what level you are in your profession. So what if you're an accountant and you're applying over here in New Zealand? Of course, your profession, your if you have a chartered accountant, it's good and fine. You can put that on your CV, but then you can still get a job. You can still get a job. So the whole point is making them see your skills and your experience. So your skills and experience, once they are okay with it, and if you have other like a certificate, or you have joined you are a chartered accountant, that's a plus. That's a plus, but then that is not going to be the ultimate. It's a plus. Also need to register with their mm. Okay, with this one, you can register with a professional body, but then it's not going to be recognized here. So if it's not a global, whatever, it's not going to be recognized here. But once you move in here and you still want to, you can register. It's just like being a nurse. Do you understand? For example, I'm using that as an example, as an healthcare. If you are registered, if you are a registered nurse in Africa, maybe in Nigeria, for example, and you move over here, definitely you have to write the exam again. You have to rewrite the exam again to qualify as a registered nurse in New Zealand. So the same thing applies to being an accountant. If the professional body is just recognized in Nigeria only, then definitely it's not going to be recognized here. Except it's a global. So like HICAN, I think it's just in Nigeria. So if it's just in Nigeria, it's not going to be recognized here in New Zealand. That what that means is you have to when you get a job, when you get a job, when you move over, then you would need to register here with a professional body. But talking about getting a job, that will not stop you from getting a job. You don't have to register here first before getting the job. You because you're currently an accountant and you have that certificate which is currently valid, then yes, you can apply for the job. Then when you move out of Nigeria and you come over here, then you can register with a professional body as an accountant. Does that give you any clarity? Does that give you any clarity? I'm not an accountant, and basically, all the advice I'm giving here is based only for educational purpose only. You should do your own due diligence. Okay, do your own due diligence, and yeah, and add to whatever I have given to you. Basically, yeah. All right, people. Okay, then. So we would run things up today. Thank you for everyone that has joined. And I hope to see you again next week. If you have any question, please, you can drop it at the end of this live and I would, respond to you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And I'll see you again next week by God's grace. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And we will see again. Thank you. And have a good day. So, like I said, next week we'll be talking about cost of living in New Zealand and how to bring your family on an accredited employer work visa route. All right, then. Thank you. Bye.